the Peach State of Georgia. We've got the roof open, wide open, and we are ready for football at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. Calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. On play action, Mariota. And just not enough on the throw there. Down. Complete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready?
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Here's Johnson with a reception. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards the gain for number 18. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Harris hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Falcons grab it.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, it's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and then capture him for a loss.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Here's Austin. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Herbert off of play action. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it, and the Falcons are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, they had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future, and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
38.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Step, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw here. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another first down. No score after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, going back to Patterson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 2. Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Sermon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Again, Sermon. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more?
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordell Patterson. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Now, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff-worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Now on 2nd and 13. Herbert. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Herbert. Being chased out left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
That's taken it around the 40. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A right side run with Patterson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They'll run with Patterson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Herbert. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards the gain for number 18. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Odell Beckham his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Got a man, it's London. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Harris running straight ahead. 2 yards, good enough for a first. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run straight ahead with Snell, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They hand this off to Harris, and he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now a give, running left is Harris. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. It's caught by OBJ. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. Let's go. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 23. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Throws the out route and finds Claypool. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll try and run with Harris. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Back to throw now on first down. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. That's big Cameron Hayward adding another sack to his career total. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Ready? He'll look to throw. And caught by London. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
A gain of 14 yards brings up third down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Falcons on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Here we go. Back.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got his man. It's London. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Again, he'll drop to throw. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown. And he loses the football a second time. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Young Wei Koo for the Falcons field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net. But they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. He finds his target, Beckham. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. Runs over him. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play. Again, it's Harris on second down.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on third down. Now Harris. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On fourth down, Herbert. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
Watch it, 6. Ready?
They'll drop to throw. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
53. Yellow, blue. Black Ultra. 22 middle.
Second and 5. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Now Youngway Koo for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Herbert. He's got Claypool, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Herbert.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Herbert to throw.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
One last throw here for Herbert. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough